If you clicked onto this video, apparently you've been on YouTube for a long while now because you've been doing some deep diving. So you should just subscribe to the page. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for joining us. Again, I'm your host, Talking Face, and this could be news brought to you by Royal Family Studios. This is going to be a quick video because I'm going to drop another one in a couple of days. And I just want to touch on our teachers in this generation. Over here, we want to discuss current events. And currently, I want to strive and urge parents to homeschool your kids because I have a couple of videos that I want to show y'all to tell y'all why we should just get our children out of the public school system because they're teaching nothing but foolishness.
In third period, we have announcements and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid today goes, hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you. In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
It's funny. A couple of things stood out to me in this video. One being that she used COVID as a way to cover up the fact that she didn't want the flag in the classroom in the first place. But another thing is how she enjoyed manipulating this little boy who asked her about pledging allegiance to a flag that wasn't there. Instead of pledging allegiance to the one flag that unites this country, or is the symbolism to unite this country under all the different type of cultures we have, this is the one thing to bring us together, supposedly bring us together. She'd rather throw that away because she'd rather salute the rainbow flag because everybody in this country supports the rainbow flag. But this video showed how progressivism works, and this lady really had these children pledge allegiance to the LGBT flag instead of the American flag because you're not supposed to like America anymore because it's a terrible, terrible place, even though this is the place where everyone wants to go to. But she's teaching your kids. I'm sorry, not teaching, but indoctrinating your kids. And then we have this other teacher out of California, of course, the haven for all that is socialism in America. And he took it a little further.
I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries.
How do you do that? How do you scare them out of them?
Yeah. Sacramento organization that is under the banner of Antifa is very loosely organized, right? So that, yeah, when there is right-wing rallies and stuff, then we'll create an opposition to that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Where would he go to connect with some of these organizations?
I post a calendar every week, awesome. And then and I do it for extra credit, so they get points for doing it. So that encourages them to do it. And I've had students show for protests, community events, tabling, food distribution, all sorts of things. When they go, they take pictures, they write up a reflection. That's their extra credit. I have an Antifa flag on my wall, and a student complained about that. And you said it made them feel uncomfortable. Well, this is meant to make fascists feel uncomfortable, so if you feel uncomfortable, I don't really know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't be aligning with the values that this is antithetical to. So the Cultural Revolution in the 60s was fixing the problem that came about after the economic one. It ultimately failed, right? There was a lot of excesses. People were definitely shot in the streets that probably shouldn't have been.
Incredibly ugly behavior come out of this city, and you can see a couple of people over there that might be demonstrating that.
I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries.
How do you do that? How do you scare them out of them?
Along with the Antifa flag, he had the rainbow flag as well. And he manipulates the kids the same way the previous teacher does, but uses grades. So it's kind of like strong-arming the children to do the things that he wants them to do. And since he's in a position of power, they will follow. This is a video that Project Veritas shown and went undercover to expose this teacher, who is a high school teacher, who is a proud member of Antifa, shows the flag and everything in his classroom. First quick question is, how does the school allow an administrator to keep this socialist flag up in the school? Another thing that really stood out was the poster of Mao. If you don't know who Mao is, he was the Chinese communist leader who pushed the Great Leap in the 20th century that added to the bloodbath that was the 20th century. Actually, he killed more people than anyone else. Any other dictator. I mean, he moved past Hitler. He moved past Stalin. He was before his time. 49 to 78 million Chinese people wiped out because of this man, and this teacher decides to have him posted on the wall as if he was a great man in history. But this is the thing they want to teach your kids and indoctrinate your kids, and they have them between 14 and 18 years on average. Just filling your kids' heads up with this. And people tried to explain before, especially on the right and libertarians, that BLM and Antifa are socialist, fascist, communist organizations. They even say it. And these are the things that we actually went to war against as the nation of America. It all falls under Marxism. And in order to save your kids, the best thing that I can tell you to do is pull them out the public school system and the private school system. Teach them at home, or if you're going to send them to private school, make sure these schools are actually teaching your children what you want them to teach them. Be a part of the PTA. Get involved. But don't let these teachers brainwash your children into communists, to drones, to pawns in their game. But that's all I have for you today. Tell me how you feel. Drop a couple comments down below. What do you think about these teachers? What do you think about Black Lives Matter? And what do you think about Antifa? Are these the things that we need to teach the next generation? I'm your host, Talking Face, and this could be news. Brought to you by Royal Family Studios. Remember, click that like button and subscribe to the page and hit the bell for notifications. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up, do your own research. Peace.